live. We are live. Let's freaking go. Josh HOKIT just did the unthinkable on Donald Trump's birthday. The craziest part is the internet hasn't even caught on yet, guys. Josh HOKIT made a major chess move. He did a power play. It's Trump's birthday. He's fighting at the UFC White House, and Josh HOKIT just called out someone who is so famous that it almost just went under the radar. Like, people missed this. It's going to be a big deal coming up in the next few days. We're going to get into that. The internet hasn't even caught on. You guys are first. My name is King David MMA. I'm a professional MMA champion, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I coach and I train at Extreme Couture, the best gym on the planet. And I went viral recently, which is going to get into the HOKIT situation. And I went viral previous to that. Oh, I went ultra viral when Andrew Tate retweeted me, right? So when it comes to what Josh HOKIT is doing, I feel like I have a very in-depth understanding at the moves he's making and the exact reasons why. In fact, one of my former teammates DM'd me and was like, what do you think HOKIT's doing at heavyweight? We're going to get into that as well because it's very strategic. And when it comes to how to move through social media, I've done very well in terms of being able to connect with people, to get retweeted by people. I mean, Andrew Tate was the most Googled person on the planet. He retweeted me. He broke my phone, and I got tens of millions of views off that alone, right? Then I went viral again. And so there's a actual method to it. And what HOKIT is doing, it's so on social media, it's not just virality, right? It's how to use the platform to promote oneself. So sarcastically, people will say to me, like, if I go, hey, can you come assist me in this private lesson tomorrow? I've got students who will go, bro, must be nice, man. I have to work a 9 to 5. Well, social media can make it so that you don't have to work. So I've been thinking about actually dropping this in a, like, I don't want to be like a guru though. You know what I mean? I know, hey, you guys buy my course. So I'm thinking about it. If I get enough people that want it, just DM me the word power on my Instagram, King David MMA. I might do something. I don't know yet. But anyway, we're going to get into all of it today in today's live. So this whole thing, we're going to break it down step by step, and it's going to make a lot of sense. And Josh HOKIT is making fucking power plays, guys. Make sure you like, hop in the chat. I love when you guys chat. And subscribe. Have your notifications on because I go live at random ass times. Also, man, the super chats are enabled. So, we're giving away giveaways. Somebody drops a super like or a super chat, no telling. You might be entered into a giveaway. And also, let me drop this in the chat before we get started, and we're going to get right into it. All right. We love chatting with you as well. Shit, let's go, bro. My guy Aubrey Gordon in the chat. We're about to run this whole thing up, man. We're going to break this HOKIT situation down because a lot of people are confused. And he's a fucking genius. All right, guys. So you can get a Real One shirt if you're a real one, and you can send your coach to Studio Millions, where Studio Millions will grow your coach's gym for them, and they will love you for it. All right, guys. So on Trump's birthday, Josh HOKIT just did the unthinkable. It's Trump's birthday weekend. He's fighting at the UFC White House. And he just did a video with Helen Yee, which has not been circulated yet. But in the video with Helen Yee, Josh HOKIT just called out Sean Strickland. He called Strickland out, and he says Strickland should move up to heavyweight and fight him. Now, people will say, that's never going to happen. Okay, so here's the timeline of events in Josh HOKIT's head. And I talked about this months ago. You can go back and watch my first video on Josh HOKIT, where I said Josh HOKIT will be your next UFC champion. People in the comments called me crazy. They said Tom Aspinall's the champ. HOKIT can't beat Tom Aspinall. I said, listen, they're going to strip Tom. I said it before anybody. So when I'm like, hey, guys, I coach at Extreme Couture and I train at the UFC PI and I may have some inside information. And if you go to my Instagram page and you see the blue check marks that follow me, maybe I know something, right? So anyways, I dropped that gem, and now that gem is coming true. because it looks like the UFC very well may unfortunately strip Tom Aspinall, which would make Alex Pereira or Cyril Gane, whoever wins, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And the only person left for them to fight is Josh HOKIT, because Josh HOKIT is calling them out. In fact, Josh HOKIT made another play today where he said he believes Cyril Gane is going to beat Alex Pereira. So now he's opening up 2 lanes. So no matter who wins, he's kind of making a play, right? But we're going to get into the Strickland thing, because Strickland is using social media in a very similar way. We got Wrestling World in the chat saying, "What's up? What's up, bruh? What's up?" So, okay. So here's what's going on. HOKIT called out the most relevant person to himself in the heavyweight division, Alex Pereira. He didn't go call out Tom Aspinall, because Tom Aspinall's the champ. He called out the person who was most likely going to be the champion at the time he's available to fight for a title. So he understood that even a fight ago, he was in line for a title shot, but he had to skip the line. So what he did, he started saying "Chama on your mama," "Chama my nuts," all that. So he started skipping steps. And after he had that brutal fight with Curtis Blades, got on the mic, talked some shit. Next thing you know, Trump asked Dana about why isn't Derek Lewis on the White House or whatever. Series of events led HOKIT to having a fight with Derek Lewis. He's now, in the eyes of everybody involved, the #1 contender to fight the winner of Pereira and Cyril Gane. Now, why didn't he call out Cyril Gane? Well, one, Alex Pereira is probably the favorite to win. Cyril Gane isn't as well received as Pereira, so he called out the bigger name, the more shocking name, the more jarring name. Now everybody's talking about it. He then went on, because now he's on the White House card, right? We're going a little bit in rewind. Now that he's on the White House card, what does he do? He starts disrespecting Ilia Topuria. So he got thrown out of the White House press conference. And now this most recent press conference that just happened, he went into a different character, which was Shy Josh. And he started trying to hold back the Incredible Hulk. And then the Incredible Hulk started to come out and said that Alex Pereira chews food up and spits it into Ilia Topuria's mouth like a baby bird. He said he baby birds him. So now what's HOKIT doing? HOKIT has called out the most relevant person in his division to get him in line with a heavyweight title. Now he's called out the most relevant person on the entire White House card, the most famous, most relevant person. Then what he did just as soon as today, he has called out the most relevant person in all of UFC, which is Sean Strickland, right? So now he's aligning himself with the most relevant talked about stories. And Josh HOKIT is quickly becoming the most talked about guy in the UFC outside of Sean Strickland. Now, Strickland did the same thing, but Strickland went one step deeper. Strickland called out the most relevant person in the world, Donald Trump. So if you've seen recent videos of Strickland, he's very critical of Trump, and he has a big enough platform. And as the UFC world champion, he's able to get people talking about him and Trump. White House card. Was he banned? Was he not banned? Is the president of the other country coming here? Okay, now Strickland's involved. So Strickland has gone from being a UFC fighter to a political figure, to a representative of America, and one side of the political party, or one genre of thinking within American and world culture, that a certain country is in control, right? Like, so now Strickland has put himself into a very, very spotlighted situation, because it's not just UFC and MMA podcasters, newscasters, magazines, all that are talking about him. Now people are writing articles about him. People are doing videos about him outside of the UFC and MMA space. He's become bigger in a lot of circles than the UFC in terms of his reach compared to most fighters. I'm not saying he's like Conor where he's bigger than the UFC. Yeah. But what I am saying is that he's got people outside of the UFC talking about him. Now, the issue with that is people would talk about the story of Icarus, where Icarus flies too close to the sun, the wax melts off his winged boots, and then he falls from grace. So Strickland is in a unique situation because he's calling out some of the most powerful people on the planet Earth. HOKIT is calling out the most talked about person in the entire UFC. So even if they don't fight, the back and forth builds HOKIT's brain. My uncle was Hulk Hogan. He was the biggest pro wrestler in history. There's something in pro wrestling called the rub, right? And what the rub is if you were in a tag team, if you were in a storyline, if you have a match, even if you lose to one of the greats or one of someone higher up on the card than you get the rub. You get the clout. You get the aura from them, right? They maintain their greatness, but now you get elevated a bit. So HOKIT is going down the pro wrestling playbook in a way, not just with his cringy promos and cringy interviews, but he's also associating himself with these names. And Ilya Taporia is fucking triggered. Ilya Taporia is fired up. Ilya Taporia is telling him to shut up at the press conference. You have the headliner of the UFC White House card. Instead of talking about his opponent, Justin Gaethje, he's telling HOKIT to shut up and cut the guy's mic and all this stuff. He's got him on tilt, guys. All right, so HOKIT's got a genius game plan. And the reason why he is at heavyweight instead of light heavyweight, or he can potentially even make middleweight, is the depth of the field. So if you were to perceive every weight class, right, as a depth chart, well, 185 is deep, 205 is deep, and heavyweight is very shallow. So within just a couple fights, he's able to get himself in the number one contender spot for the UFC world title because Tom Aspinall's getting stripped. Pereira or Gane will win. HOKIT will fight the winner. Neither one of them have shown the best takedown defense in human history, and he was a college wrestler. So HOKIT is in line to become your next UFC world champion after this White House event. All right, guys. So that's what he's up to. Now, how's this relevant to anybody, right? So I was teaching 2 different private lessons today. And in last night's live, guys, go back and watch last night's live if you want to get in depth on this subject, but it's called blind spots, right? You don't know what you don't know. So one of the biggest opportunities that you can have is trying to understand that 1, you don't know what you don't know. And then 2, trying to figure out what you don't know. So in terms of the UFC landscape, a lot of people are only filtering for one metric, which is what's the lowest weight class I could fight at? Where HOKIT saw a blind spot, which is what is the shallowest division that I can fight in, where I could be competitive. For him, it was heavyweight. So he has a speed advantage, he has a cardio advantage, and he wrestled. The heavyweight division isn't super wrestling heavy. The heavyweight division isn't the fastest division. It's not the deepest division. So now he's catapulted himself to the top and he become a mega star by associating himself with the top star in his division, the top star on the White House card, and the top star in the entire UFC roster. So that's Pereira, Ilya Taporia, and Sean Strickland. So he's going through this very methodically like chess. Well, what no one else is seeing is that this is very calculated. He's not just going up there, oh, if you just beat Cringe, then all of a sudden you get title fights. It's like, it's not that black and white. It's not that on the nose. It's not that if this, then that. Well, in the UFC, almost no one's saying anything compelling or interesting or different. It's all, I want to thank my coaches and my teammates and my family back home. Right, good. That's sweet. We love that. But the bar is so low that even with HOKIT's cringy, bizarre promos and interviews, he's able to get the spotlight on him where he can then next chess. So first chess move, get attention. Next chess move, associate yourself with the highest, most socially valuable people you can in terms of who can he get to call him out on the card? Oh, you got Ilya Taporia talking about him? Great. You got one of the GOATs talking about you at the biggest event in MMA history. Josh HOKIT is the subject matter of the main eventer, right? So, anyways, now what would happen? Let's say if you know, let's say you wanted to use this game plan, right? And this is why I'm thinking about dropping a whole course on this because it goes so deep. I only got a limited amount of time right now, but like you can't just go on social media and call out Trump, right? He's not going to notice. I was able to get the attention of Andrew Tate, the most Googled man on the planet, because of my relevance in the situation. But if someone were to call out Andrew Tate wouldn't notice. So what was the difference, right? It's an ability to understand where your relevance is in relation to the most relevant person who will fuck with you or who will beef with you or who will get offended by what you say or who will retweet you because they like what you said. So then this is this whole part of social media that nobody's talking about. Everybody's talking about going viral, right? Well, let's say this video right now. There's two audiences. One, there's the viewer, which let's say you guys are in the chat and you're vibing with it. Well, I can speak to you, but guess who else is going to see this video? Josh HOKIT. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So there's two viewership paths happening at the same time. And a lot of people don't understand that about social media, right? So if you are able to get the attention because you are relevant, right? So why would Josh HOKIT see this video instead of some other YouTube creator who's talking about Josh HOKIT? I don't have the biggest following on here. Right now I got like 500-600 subs, something like that, right? But what I am is relevant. Okay, so I'm a pro MMA champion. I'm Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Hulk Hogan was my uncle, and I coach at the biggest, best gym on the planet, Extreme Couture, with all the top stars and UFC world champions. Right. So now, even though I don't have the biggest following, I have relevancy. So it's like, how can you one make yourself relevant, and then two use that relevancy to start making strategic content for one, the person who you want to connect with or beef with or whatever the case is, or two, the audience that is interested in that person, right? So if I go on here and I talk about Zahabi, he's fighting Sugar Sean O'Malley. If I make a video about him, could he see it? Yeah, but guess what? A lot of people probably wouldn't watch because he's not super relevant in the sport, even though he's on the White House card. But he's not captivated the hearts of the fans yet. But if you make a video about HOKIT, right, now the audience is entertained and he's gonna see it because you're relevant. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, let me check the chat real quick. I'm getting fuck. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm kind of like, dude, maybe I should just make a course on this because it's kind of, but I don't want to be that dude like, oh guys, buy my course. So what I like to do, for instance, with Studio Millions is like I help gym owners directly. I did $2 million of sales in 18 months, right? So I can go into a gym, see what their blind spots are, go, hey man, fix this, send this email, send that text, do this, run this ad, blah, blah, blah. Turn them around, no problem, right? But that's more like a one-on-one type thing, if that makes any sense, right? It's like, sometimes I think the core selling shit is cheesy, guys. So we got Wrestling World. What's up? We got Josh Silva MMA in the building with the wavy hand emoji. We got not to change the subject. Do you still think McGregor will win? I'm getting worried. No, McGregor will win. I'm 100% guaranteeing it. Wrestling World. I wanted something for breakfast, but all the cereal gone. Oh, that man spitting. He got the wordplay. Bars. Bars. Dog, Cereal Gone should come out with like a line of like bowls or something. You know what I mean? If he had like a bowl with his face on it, like so when you eat all the cereal, drink the milk, and it's just cereal gone. You know what I'm like? You know what I'm saying? Uh, so Josh Silva, I still think he would do great at 205. Well, yeah, one, he would still do well, but there's also wrestlers, right? So he wouldn't have as direct of a plan to the title. So let's say he calls out Hamzat. He's not going to beat Hamzat. So how would he get to Strickland? Well, he could call out Strickland. Well, then he would have to fight X, Y, and Z in between there. So one, he's got a lot more people to go through. And then some of those people on the way up there can actually stop his secondary game plan. So in the heavyweight division, one would hypothesize that he can throw hands, and when shit hits the fan, he can get in on a single leg, push him on the cage, take him down, hypothetically. So, yeah, I think he would do great at 205. I think he's very talented. I think he is a world class athlete. He's talking about playing basketball against Cyril Gane. He said he would beat him. Uh, John, and so I don't know, he's probably trolling, right? He's got to be trolling. Either that or he's ultra confident. But John Dong in the chat, sup, bro? Hey, man, I was just talking about super likes, man. John Dong was the first person to ever super like on the channel. He's going down in history, guys. The #1 stunner. Let's go. Josh Silva, MMA. McGregor will be the first triple champ. There's only one, Conor McGregor. Bro, you were just over here. So Ja was training out here at Extreme Couture before he bounced out to Miami. And he was, this guy was on my couch telling me he doesn't even want to see McGregor come back. But we've persuaded him over to our way of thinking. McGregor. I began McGregor, guys. Yeah, we're manifesting it. Exactly, right? Law of attraction, good vibes, bro. So we are manifesting the McGregor military march down of MMA manhandling them, pause. Or you know what I'm saying? Something like that, right? We're manifesting McGregor wins. Who would win, RoboCop or Fluffy? That's a fight I really want to see. Bro, hey, man, that's why we fight, dog. That's why we fight, bro, because we can sit here and I can say HOKIT's going to be the champ. HOKIT's going to do this and that and the other thing. But, you know, we could talk RoboCop, Fluffy. We could talk all these, but that's why we fight, right? So even if I'm like, dude, I guarantee McGregor will win, Max Holloway has the right to prove me wrong. Although, keep it real, guys, big Max Holloway guy here. I love watching Max fight. I feel like I began McGregor. Jesus Christ McGregor, like religious McGregor, family man McGregor, guys. Family man McGregor. You know what I'm saying? He can do anything. He can do anything he sets his mind to. All right, we're manifesting it. Josh Silva. Yeah. All right, let me read this real quick. Yeah, so HOKIT saw something no one else saw, which was an opening. He stepped in the lane, and he is. It's wide open, guys. MMA is wide open. Like, so this is another thing. Where, like, if you train martial arts, who are you training with? What gym are you training at? What is the association that you have, right? So, for instance, if I trained at a smaller gym in Vegas and I coached at a smaller gym in Vegas, I would still conceptually be the same level coach. But at Extreme Couture, it means something, right? You get, so that's part of branding too. So branding essentially is what people associate with you or your company or your business, right? So like this. This is 365 soda. It's my favorite soda. It's absolutely delicious. And I know I shouldn't say that because it's got caramel color in it. It's so freaking good. The problem is this. Nobody has any brand awareness of this. This is like the Whole Foods brand. Now, when I say Whole Foods, now the brand expands, right? So the brand awareness. So when I go 365 brand, people are like, what the fuck is that? When I go Whole Foods, people go, oh yeah, Whole Foods, that's bougie spot, right? Whole Foods, whole paycheck. And then you go, oh, well, he's probably drinking a bougie soda. That's probably what he's doing. And you might be right. But that's what the branding that Whole Foods has is like bougie shit, expensive, whatever, right? Now, you could be a great fighter, but coming out of a gym, you have a rub. For instance, if you were Khabib's cousin, you would have a quicker shot at the title or be in the top 3 than if you were just exactly as skilled, but not related to Khabib or it could be anybody. Conor McGregor's teammate. Oh, bro, this guy's Conor McGregor's teammate. Dude, at a different gym in Kansas, he could be just as skilled, but he doesn't have the rub, right? So, can Hoke get starched and still act like this? It won't be Derek, but very few. Dude, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Derek looks like he's been training, man. Derek looks like he's been training. Derek's big as fuck, bro. I just watched the ceremonial weigh-ins. He looks big. and Derek has been known to just get up. Just stand up? He's been known to just stand up. How do you think Mario Batista versus Peyton Talbot would go? Dude, after I saw Mario Batista fight Patchy Mix, I believe Mario Batista can beat anybody in the world. Patchy Mix is the best fighter on the planet. He just needs to prove it. And Mario Batista did very well in Patchy Mix's debut. So, yeah, I used to underestimate Mario Batista because he fought somebody that called me out. He fought this little dork named Jay Perrin, who's not high level at MMA. He thinks he's very high level. And they offered him he called me out. The guy called me out on Instagram. Keep in mind, this guy's like in the UFC, right? I'm not in the UFC. So in terms of who's fighting on the bigger promotion, he's talking down because I'm not as established in the fight organizations as he is. He's fighting in a bigger fight organization, right? So that's rule number one. He's already breaking rule number one, right? But I'm under his skin. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't like good vibes. He doesn't like success. He doesn't like winning. The guy's an angry little dude, right? For whatever reason, man. I hope he figures it out, and I hope he gets off whatever things that are allegedly happening in his life, in his private life, and all that. All that. Like, I want good things for the guy, right? And I don't know anything to be true. I just hear shit, right? So, this dork calls me out, right? And then he did fight Mario Batista to a decision. Okay, so we're gonna give him that. But that was like a different version of Mario Batista. Mario Batista's evolved. And keep in mind, the dude that fought Mario Batista to a decision went viral for getting smoked by Raul Rosas Jr. in Raul Rosas Jr.'s first ever UFC fight when it was like on 2 days after Raul's 18th birthday. And then the dude Jay, who called me out, right, they offered him to fight me 5 times at local events, and he said no all 5 times. Or his management did to protect him, and he doesn't know about it. He doesn't even know about the fight offer. Anyway, somebody's saving that dude's fucking safety and his health. But it's not about me in this dork, right? Whatever, right? And the only reason I was even entertaining the fight was just one, because I was being a little petty, but two, at the time he was in the UFC, right? So when they offered the fight 5 times, I didn't expect him to take it. I just said yes 5 times because it's an easy fight for me, right? And I was on this path. Hey, if I beat this dude up, he's a UFC veteran, looks good, right? I'm to the age now where the UFC is just not going to sign me. Okay, I'm 45 years old. So that dude's no longer in my way. He's not a stepping stone for me. He's just some local regional dork. Anyway, I already got a pro MMA title, whatever, right? So that dude did fight Mario Batista to a 3-round decision. So I was like, dude, if Mario Batista is anywhere near that guy's level, Patchy Mix is going to absolutely obliterate Mario Batista. Patchy Mix, I've never seen Patchy Mix lose a fucking round. And I've seen him train with everybody on the planet, all the world champions, different weight divisions. Patchy Mix is fucking phenomenal, right? And Mario Batista beat him. So when you ask me about Mario Batista, dude, Mario Batista, that guy's a fucking OG, triple OG, fucking, yeah. Peyton Talbot looks pretty decent. I was surprised at his ability to wrestle with Henry Cejudo, but I think Henry Cejudo at this stage in his career, um, that was Henry's last fight, wasn't it? And before he like retired in that fight or whatever. And it seems like he was just kind of checking in, you know what I mean? Like just kind of clocking in. I don't know if that's true or not, but it just seems like he was overcutting to 25. He wanted to enjoy his life a little. He got himself a wife, and he was having kids, and just like doing a lot of the stuff that he was unable to do, because to be a Olympic champion at like 19 years old or 20 years old or whatever it was for Henry Cejudo, like, dude, you know how fucking focused he had to be his entire life? He probably didn't go to any parties. He probably didn't go to any sleepovers. He probably didn't do anything, right? Josh Silva says, I can second that. Anytime I see Patchy sparring at Extreme Couture, he's winning. Every single time, no matter who it's against. I'm talking world champions. I'm talking any organization. I'm talking whatever, man. Whatever organization. And because Hamzat leaked the footage of Hamzat sparring Strickland, then I brought up the fact that Patchy Mix choked Hamzat out. Hey man, you want to leak footage, bro? Well, then we're gonna talk about you getting choked by Patchy Mix, bro. Okay. Okay. And I told everybody that Sean was gonna bounce his balls off Hamzat's head, and he did that. Okay. Oh man, John Don was asking Ja, oh nice, you train at Extreme Couture. I'm a yeah, man. Ja's living in Miami right now. But he was over here for quite a bit. Quite a bit. Slapping dudes up, man. With that Muay Thai style. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then so the bottom line is this. Now that HOKIT is in title contention, everybody's coming around, right? So I predicted this months ago. That it's on record. You guys could go back and watch the first live I did on HOKIT. It's like your next champ or something like that. It's like Josh HOKIT will be your next heavyweight champion. I said this exact timeline. I said everything. Well, this is not about me. The point is this. Now others are on board, right? So big names like Brendan Schaub, Joe Rogan, and even Dana White himself are now in agreement with my ideas and my line of thinking. And they're saying HOKIT has a legit shot at fighting Alex Pereira or Cyril Gane and potentially winning the UFC heavyweight world title, which was unheard of when I called it out. And now Brendan Schaub, Joe Rogan, and Dana White are all in agreement that that looks like this is the direction all of this is heading. Right. Now I'm gonna ask you guys pop quiz. You guys see what I did there? You guys see what I did there? We were just discussing the art of positioning. And now I've positioned myself with the three biggest names in the sport in terms of talking head videos, podcasting, and authority in the UFC. On that note, guys, if you want me to help you with this line of thinking, I'm gonna probably help a couple people. Just DM me the word power. And because this is the thing. I start getting these ideas in my head. I'm like, I want to help some people, right? Because I need more rich friends. I need people that can vibe with me. I need people like I fly places. So some of my friends are ultra rich, and some of my friends are rich in free time, right? I've got unlimited free time. I can do anything I want. I can go anywhere, right? But I need people around me that can do the same. Because if I ask a teammate, hey, can you come help in a private lesson? And they're like, oh, I got to work. Or if I ask somebody, hey, you want to pop out to LA for 4 or 5 days? They're like, oh, dude, I have a fucking job, right? So there's all these things that get in the way, right? But if one were to have the ability to do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want, right? That's the first step. I believe in like money, power, and fame. You know what I'm so then I'm like, I'm gonna drop a product called Money, Power, Fame. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, I don't want to be that dude promoting that like that. So, anyways, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. If you guys are interested, drop me the word power on Instagram, King David MMA on Instagram. And yeah, maybe we'll do something, or maybe I'll just help you out one-on-one, or fucking who knows, right? But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hopping in the chat. Also, if you see this after the chat is over, drop a comment. I read and I respond to every comment. And sometimes you guys are stupid and I engage with you anyways, because you know what? I'm just like that. If you say something dumb in the comments, I might roast you. Okay. You get what I'm saying? That's why the sharks say real ones, because I keep it real and I only want real people around me. I could go, hey guys, if you drop a comment, I'm gonna be nice to you. No, dude. If you say something dumb, you might get fired back on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Josh Silva, MMA says, when I go pro, I'm gonna come back 100. Yeah, let's go, bro. And man, appreciate you guys. Tap in with me on Instagram, and I will see you in tomorrow's live. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Love you.